Hello, this is Allison Bickle. I'm an account manager at RunSignUp, and thank you very much for attending today's email marketing webinar. Also on this webinar is Andrew Burke. He is the developer who creates a lot of the really cool tools and features that make up our email marketing system. So we're going to go through an overview of RunSignUp's email marketing system and walk through how to build an email, send, draft, and schedule your races emails, analyze the reports and the analytics associated with those emails that you're sending from our system. And we'll also try to go over some tips and tricks for your email marketing, including our new Mailchimp integration, how to set up those automated emails that we're constantly recommending every race use, and some best practices for your emails. So the really exciting announcement for this webinar is that we just released a new email template this week. This new template has a fully mobile responsive design, an updated look to reflect the really nice, sleek, and modern style of your race website, social media links, which are embedded at the bottom of every email sent from this default template, as well as the ability to opt out of automatic template updates. So it's very exciting. We're really happy to release this, and we're excited to see races start to use our new templates. But before we go into our new templates and how to create and customize your email templates from RunSignUp, there's a few steps that you're going to want to do in order to take full advantage of our email marketing system. So you see these nice social media links. When you go to your race dashboard, you're going to want to make sure that your social media handles are plugged into RunSignUp. So you can do that just from the promotion tab. So if you go to promotion and click on Facebook, you're going to want to make sure that your Facebook page ID is here. Similarly, if you have a Twitter account or an Instagram, you're going to want to plug those usernames into these tabs on your promotion menu tab so that they will appear in this new default template. And when you have these set up with those links, it's going to open up the page. So that's a really nice addition to the email marketing templates. So the next thing that we're going to want to do before we go into the templates is we're going to want to just verify and check our email settings. So that's going to be going to email marketing and then clicking manage email settings. And the two things you're going to want to check are your set from name. So that's going to be the address that your emails appear from when they're delivered to a recipient's inbox. You're also going to want to set your reply to email address. So this is going to default to just the name of your race, and it's going to default to that primary contact that you set up in the Race Wizard Step 1. But just come in here, verify that. You can make edits if you need to. The other thing that you'll notice on this page is that we have a simple white labeling option now. Setting up simple white labeling option without setting up the advanced white labeling option may impact your email deliverability rates because when emails are sent, they're going to be verified against the domain or website from which they're sent. So in this case, if you don't have any white labeling set up, it's just going to be verified against RunSignUp's domain. So there's going to be a very high deliverability rate to those emails. Whereas if you're going to use simple white labeling, there is no domain to verify that email against, and that can really negatively impact your delivery rates. So if you choose to use this simple white labeling option, you're going to want to be monitoring your reports and just checking those deliverability rates to make sure that things are working. The only difference if you're going to be turning on this simple white labeling is that when your email appears in an inbox, it will normally have the no reply at runsignup.com next to the from. If you set up the simple white labeling, that no reply at RunSignUp will be gone. But again, this could negatively impact your email deliverability rates unless you set up advanced white labeling. Yeah, so that's just for you to consider. But now we are going to go ahead and create our templates. So you'll see now when you go to email marketing, send emails, you are going to have your new RunSignUp default template appear. So this is the new template. This is where you're going to be able to add text. And I recommend taking advantage of it because it's really nice. But of course, you're still going to be able to create your own templates. So if you want to go back to the old template or you want to create your own, you can click Manage Email Templates and click New Email Template. If you select the legacy RunSignUp template options, you'll see this is how the emails used to look. You're going to want to create a template name that you'll be able to easily recognize. So I'm just going to go ahead and name this one Legacy Template. You'll be able to select your options, show race banner only or full header. Once you've finished selecting those options, you're going to click Create New Email Template. And you're going to have that legacy template with the sign up, the donate buttons created here. So that's going to give you that same look as the previous email templates. The other option is going to be to create a blank template. So this one, you're also going to want to name something descriptive that you're going to be able to recognize, but I'm just going to call this Create New Email Template. The blank template is useful. So first of all, you could just have it be blank and not have any sort of template to it if that's how you want to be able to send your emails. But this is really great if you are more of an advanced email user and you want to build out your own with your own unique HTML coding. For me, I'm not actually a coder. So what I did is I created an email template in an external client, and then I downloaded or I exported that HTML source code and open that up. And what I can do here is I can copy this source code and I can come back to here, and in this bar where there's these two parentheses, what I can do is I can paste my own source code, whether that's something I write or take from an external email client. And that's going to let me have some flexibility in terms of what my template looks like. The thing that you want to be reminded is none of your race data is going to be populated in this. So it's not going to update if you write when your race date is on here or something. It's not going to update if that changes in the race wizard or if you go to renew your race, because it's not linked to any of your data in RunSignUp, right? This is just external code that I'm pasting in. It's just to look pretty, and it's not going to auto update when something changes, such as the time of my race or I go to renew it. But if I'm happy with how this looks, I can save my template customization, and this is my blank template. So now you'll be able to go into your existing email templates and you'll be able to see the two that we created. I can come back here and edit them at any time. But now when I want to create an email, I'm going to have the option to select one of these alternative templates from my dropdown. And that's going to give me a different look and feel to the email that I want to send. So the next part of building your email is going to be adding content to it. I'm just going to go back to my default template. You're going to be able to add content just by typing directly into your email. So this is a test email. One of the really, really nice releases on email marketing this year is this editor. It's expanded a lot. I don't know if you remember, but we used to have to edit the source code in order to add an image into the body of an email. But now it's really simple. You can just easily insert or add an image by uploading from your computer. So if I want to upload a little RunSignUp picture into my email, it's really just that simple. and it makes adding content to your email very easy to do. The other thing to keep in mind as you're building out the content of your email are replacement tags. These are really easy to use mail merges, and they're a great benefit because they not only let you personalize your communication, but they also let you communicate participant-specific information leading up to your race. So just quickly to give you an idea of what this looks like, a replacement tag would be, instead of saying, "Hi, runner," you can say, "Hi, Bob." And in order to replace this with that participant-specific name, you're going to use a replacement tag. In this case, it's going to be first name. And that's going to pull data of that recipient's first name and make it appear in that email. So you can find a full list of all the replacement tags available by going to the very bottom of the Send Email page and clicking Show in the right-hand corner. And this is going to expand, and you'll see that over the years we've added quite a number of these tags because they're extremely useful. And yeah, just as our system becomes more and more advanced, there's always more tags that we can add to this. So these tags are useful. You'll see that some of them are great for communicating race-specific information. For example, we have tags for bib number, for corral time, for corral start time. That's really nice for communicating race day logistics. On the marketing side of things, we have really useful replacement tags such as registration referral code links. So you can resend each participant their unique referral link to remind them to share that they registered and signed up with their friends and family. So the thing to know about the RunSignUp email marketing system is that we do not deduplicate emails if you're going to use replacement tags that are specific to the recipients. For example, if Andrew and his wife Katie both sign up for a race under Andrew's RunSignUp account, and you use a replacement tag to send out the bib numbers, there's going to be 2 emails that go to Andrew's email address, since Andrew and Katie are going to have different bib numbers. But other emails that are more generic and don't have a replacement tag, like if you just want to send out an email about parking information or a weather update, those are automatically going to deduplicate, since Andrew and Katie wouldn't need to receive 2 of the same emails, which is generic race information. The other benefit to including replacement tags, even if you're just using really simple ones like first name, is that they can improve your overall email deliverability because you're personalizing the email, and that shows that you have more than just a person's email address. So different email clients are going to be more likely to let those emails through. So now that we've talked through how you're going to be able to build an email, the next thing is going to be actually sending an email. So when you send an email, the first thing that you're going to want to do is select who's going to receive that email. So at the top of the page, we're going to be able to select our email recipients. And you'll see that you have an easy option to select your current participants as well as your previous participants. And you're also going to be able to do this at the event level. If you want to include all of your current participants, you're just going to click Add. And I want to exclude my previous participants, I'm going to click Exclude. If I want to email both my current and my previous, I can include both of those in my recipient list. If you have additional contacts outside of your participants or your past participants, you're going to be able to upload a list of custom contacts. One thing to note is when you upload a list of custom contacts, that's going to be a static list. It's just going to contain the data that you import in that file. When you select current participants from here, this is not static. It's going to update up to the minute. So if you select current participants and you schedule an email to go out 2 days from now, that email is going to send to everyone who's registered, including those 2 days from when you draft the email to when it's actually scheduled to be sent. So let's go through how you would add a custom list of contacts to your email recipients. You're going to click Manage Lists, and you're going to click Create New List. And you can create a custom list just using your existing contacts within RunSignUp, but you can also upload your custom contacts. First, you're going to want to create a list name. I prepared a list ahead of time, so I'm going to just upload the Bickle family. So I can choose my file, and I can upload that file, and what's going to happen is a data mapping screen is going to appear. So my CSV file was really short. I just had the email, the first name, last name for each contact in the Bickle family, and those are automatically going to map. If you have weird headings in your file, you'll be able to select the appropriate column to map to the field within RunSignUp. If you have additional information that you want to map, you'll be able to add tags. But in this case, I'm just importing a list of contacts with first name, last name, email address. So I'm going to click Add Contacts. I'm going to have a chance to review who I've uploaded. So it gives me their names and their email addresses. I'm going to save and continue. And now I have this list of custom contacts. So when I go into send emails, I'll not only be able to send to my current participants and my previous participants, but now I'm also going to be able to send the email to the Bickle family. So if you sit down to create an email and you aren't going to be able to finish it in one sitting, that's okay. We'll walk through the steps of how you can create a draft email, and then we'll go through how you can schedule an email. So the first thing you're going to want to do after we select our recipients, we're going to send to current participants, the Bickle family, and exclude past participants. The first thing you're going to do is name this email. This is just something that you're going to see. It's not going to be visible for the recipients. The email subject is the subject line. Sign up for the email marketing webinar. Now I can come down here. I can add content. This is a test. Thanks. I'm going to add. So I want to add more content later on, but I don't have time. So what I'm going to do is save as draft. So now I have my draft email successfully saved. When I come back, I can come here. I can go into my draft. I can edit it. And the email that I was previously working on automatically reappears. So that's nice if you ever need to stop an email while you're drafting it. The other thing you can do in the email system, if you're not ready to send immediately, is you can schedule an email. To schedule an email, you're just going to click Send Email Later, and you're going to pick a specific date when you would like your email to send. Don't send it at a ridiculous time of the day. Send it whenever you want, but I'm going to send it at 10 a.m. on the 16th. So you can finish drafting your email. We always recommend, as a best practice, to send yourself a test email. When you send yourself a test email, you can just enter your email address, send a test email. You're going to want to view that in your web browser, but you're also going to want to view how the test email shows up on your phone. Once you're happy with how your test looks, you can go ahead and send your email. This is not going to immediately send the email because, remember, we've scheduled it to go out on the 16th. Rather, when I click Send Email and I've scheduled the email, it's going to take me to a confirmation screen. This is going to let me preview my email one more time. I'm going to preview how many people are going to receive it, and then I can confirm, edit, or cancel my email. So that is how you can easily schedule an email to go out at a later time. The next part, after you send an email, you can analyze your email statistics and reports associated with the email that you sent. You're going to be able to find a lot of email reports by clicking email reports, and you have a lot of options here. The one that I would recommend keeping an eye on are the SendGrid email statistics. So these statistics are going to show you your delivery rate, your open rate, your click rate, the amount of emails that are reporting as spam, and you're going to get these reports both in percentages and in numbers. So just really quickly, I'll tell you what these are. A request is any time you try to send an email to a recipient. Delivered is when SendGrid, who is our email provider, is able to successfully give the message to the recipient's server. The number of opens is going to be whenever a recipient clicks on the email. So this number can be really inflated because a single recipient can open a message multiple times. And this number is tracking each time that message is opened. Unique opens is just going to count the first time that somebody opens the email. So your delivery rate is going to be how many people actually receive the email. Your unique opens is going to be how many of those people actually open the email. Your clicks are going to record when somebody clicks a link within one of those emails that you've sent. And the unique click is just the first time that they click any of those links within the email that you sent. So a click could be clicking the sign up button, the donate button, a link that you've included in the email. A bounce is just recorded anytime that SendGrid isn't able to deliver a message to a recipient server. It gets returned to them. And a spam report is if a recipient actually marks that email coming in as spam. So RunSignUp automatically cleans your email lists for you. So like the previous example I gave about deduplicating your lists, we're also going to remove people who unsubscribe or who report your email as spam. You can review any of those specific reports more in depth by clicking on them. So you can keep an eye on your spam report, your unsubscribed. As a note, you're never going to want to re-add people who have unsubscribed from your emails. They're still going to get like confirmation emails from RunSignUp, but by re-adding those people to your email contact list, you risk making them angry if they have to keep unsubscribing from your emails. So it's a good thing to keep an eye on, but it's not necessarily something that you want to take any action around. So the other things that you will want to look at are going to be the race insights reports. I don't have a lot of data here, so I'm just going to quickly show you some screenshots from this. So race insights is going to show you where your page views, your signups, and your registration dollars are coming from. And one of these sources is from email. And when you click that email on your race insights, on your race dashboard, it's going to expand. And it's going to show you the number of page views, signups, and transactions with each email that's sent from the RunSignUp system. So this is going to be both automated emails and manual emails. What you're going to be able to do is dig more deeply into those by going into manual email analytics as well as automated email analytics, and that's going to kind of give you that race insights data, but only for emails. The other thing that you'll want to, that's worth mentioning with email marketing is going to be our Mailchimp integration. So Mailchimp is now integrated with RunSignUp. That will automatically put your participant information into specific Mailchimp lists. What you're going to need to do is authorize your RunSignUp race to access your account on Mailchimp, so you'll need an existing account on Mailchimp. And that's going to enable you to pull data from RunSignUp into Mailchimp. And we'll be able to give you, from the RACE website that I created for this presentation, you'll be able to access the blog on how to set up that integration, and view some points, things to consider if you would like to use a different email client such as Mailchimp to send your emails. The other really big thing with email marketing is that we always recommend turning on automated emails. So these are going to be the incomplete registration emails, which automatically send if somebody drops out of the registration path after the first page, reminding them to come back and finish their registration. It defaults to send 3 days after they attempt to register. And once you save that, you're actually going to be able to go in and customize the content of that email. It's pre-populated with the text that we automatically send, and that's generic, but you can go in and customize that. Similarly, you're going to want to turn on automated emails for price increases. This will go out to both currently registered participants, reminding them to tell their friends to sign up, and it's also going to go out to previous participants, reminding them to sign up before the price goes up. And these are really great marketing tools. They are concise, they have really clear calls to action, and an obvious benefit to participants that would like to run in your race this year. The other automated email that we have is a registration follow-up email. Registration follow-up emails can be sent a specific number of days after somebody registers or on a specific calendar date. And there's a lot of uses for these registration follow-up emails. One thing that we like to recommend is if you have referral rewards turned on for your race, where people get a refund for referring a certain number of people, they get a refund. And this is a great way to drive registrations to your race. We recommend that every race use it. Similarly, swag rewards, if you have a swag rewards program. The registration follow-up emails are a great way to remind people about referrals. So one thing you can do is you can customize the text of your email to remind people to share their unique referral code link. So when you go to tips and tricks here and go to registration follow-up emails, you'll see some default text. But this is a nice way to remind people to share that they signed up for the race with their family and friends. Another idea is if you have a fundraising focused race, you can remind people to share their fundraising page with their family and friends to make donations by including a replacement tag that gives them their unique fundraiser URL. You could also use this as an opportunity to promote sponsors, and you can send a special link or coupon code for participants from that sponsor, and that's a nice way to generate traffic, whether at a physical store or just through the sponsor's website. That goes beyond just like an expo packet pickup. So there's a lot of really creative ways that you can use these registration follow-up emails. So that wraps up some of the very basic overview of how you will build, send, and analyze emails from RunSignUp. So I guess now if we have any questions for myself or Andrew, you can feel free to type them into the question box and we'll be happy to answer them.
While we're waiting a second to get any questions in, Allison, do you just want to share where people can find your nifty little test race with all the notes on it? We'll also email this out later, but.
Yeah, we'll email it out later, but is there a way for me to chat that to everyone?
Yeah, at the very bottom of the module you can, or I can do it.
Yeah, so I just sent out a link to this race website. It has all the notes from today's presentation. And I highly recommend that you check out, specifically under tips and tricks, some of these template email ideas if you want to push referrals or fundraising, as well as just like an overview of how to set up these automated emails. They're things that everyone should be doing. But yeah.
All right, I have one question that I think we're actually going to follow up on later on white labeling. It's a little bit of a longer answer than we want to get to on the webinar, but we will email you at the end. See if we have anyone else.
I can jump, excuse me, I can jump in and answer that question about the white labeling. So essentially, if you set up the advanced white labeling option, then you are authorizing RunSignUp to send an email sort of through your website or through your domain. So we're able to do that deliverability and authorize the email, so you actually get a positive impact on your deliverability rates by setting up the advanced white labeling. The simple white labeling is a little bit different. Essentially what we're doing there is we're sending the email through your website, but it's not fully authorized. And so some email servers may reject that because it doesn't have that extra level of authorization. Some of those different email servers just kind of work differently. Some of them don't like it when the from email address is different than the reply to email address on the email. Or some of them, don't like it when you don't have the authorization. So it can kind of depend on your recipients a little bit if the regular RunSignUp or the simple white labeling is better. Most of the time, using just the default option and not using the simple white labeling will get you the little bit better deliverability. The real reason that you would use the simple one over the advanced white labeling setup is the advanced white labeling setup takes some technical capability. You have to add different records to your domain for different DNS settings, and we have to authorize it and verify. So it can just be a little bit tricky to set up the advanced white labeling sort of on that end of authorization through the website. I would generally recommend not using the simple white labeling unless you have a very specific reason that you need to use that. And if you're having any kind of deliverability issues, my first recommendation would be to use the advanced white labeling if you can. Again, that just kind of takes an extra step of the technical setup.
One question asking where to find the Mailchimp how-to blog. We will include that in the follow-up email, but basically to find any blog of ours, if you go to runsignup.wordpress.com and search Mailchimp, you should be able to find anything there as well, and we'll send out the link for it.
You'll also be able to find it on the RACE website if you go to Tips and Tricks, Mailchimp Integration. There's a quick link to the blog here, so you'll be able to find the setup process there.
Just checking to make sure there's nothing we missed. All right, that's all of the questions that I see now. If anyone has any questions that didn't get asked, feel free to respond when we send out the email, and we'll get back to you with any follow-up as well. Thank you, Allison, and thank you guys for coming to the webinar.
Thanks, Johanna.